With 20 laps to go in the Daytona 500, here's how the Coca-Cola family of drivers are faring. Joey Logano in second place, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Newman top 10, Austin Dillon, Bubba Wallace still on the lead lap. Now the group of 15 cars that took 2 tires on the last pit stop has been almost a second slower than the group from 16th on back that got 4 tires and are closing right in. Let's have a look at those Ram fastest pit stops. It will be, of course, the 2 tire stops that were faster, led by your nemesis, Clint Bowyer. Need I remind you what's at stake here? Jeff promised that if Bowyer won the race, Jeff would interview him wearing this beautiful Chiefs jersey.
Well, they've got to survive this 4-wide racing that's going on right now. And I got to say, I think right now I'm going to want 4 tires, not 2 tires, because business is picking up. Kyle Busch getting shuffled.
Kyle Busch shuffled back to 16th. The 4-tire group was led by Ross Chastain and Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, got
and
some
it's trouble
issue with the 18
for the defending NASCAR champion Kyle Busch.
Tire rubber blowing up.
Vince.
They came on the radio and told Kyle Busch he had a tire rub. That was the issue coming to pit road.
Well, I don't see.
Well, he's down on the apron in turn 1, Jeff. That's a long way around.
It sure is. And you got to be really, really careful if it is a tire rub that you don't tear that tire apart. A lot of times we see these tires go down. If they've rubbed, they'll actually shred into pieces.
Up front, Ryan Newman, Brad Keselowski, 2 Fords side by side from different teams. Eric Almirola's Ford. Christopher Bell, the rookie in Toyota.
Well, we saw Ryan Newman up front at the beginning of this race. We have not seen it since then, but 18 laps to go, now 17. He's right in the mix of this, a former Daytona 500 winner. He knows how to get it done.
The 2008 winner, Newman, battling for the lead. And let's see if there's contact for Kyle Busch. This is Joey Logano right behind him. Trouble.
Big wreck. Here's the big one. Man.
Well, there goes half the field.
Sure does.
And it's Ryan Newman leading them around. Oh,
Jimmy Johnson's
Johnson.
hopes in his final Daytona 500.
Kurt Busch, another former Daytona 500 winner. Brad Keselowski trying to win it for the first time, all torn up. Bubba Wallace, Eric Almirola, one of the fastest Fords in this entire field. And here's Martin Truex, who couldn't get back to the lead pack and gets all torn up. Smoke out the exhaust pipe.
That's not a tire problem for the 18 of Kyle Busch.
We are, of course, under caution with 15 to go. Watch the outside line here, Jeff.
You can see Joey Logano really aggressive to the rear bumper of the 10. He's going to push him all the way up to the 2. And they just, right before the 10 gets there, there's a little bit of movement. And that little bit of movement, when you make that much contact, turns your car right around. That's exactly what happened to Brad Keselowski and the 10 of Almirola.
And that happens right in front of most of the field.
And that really all started with a big push from Joey Logano. Remember Joey Logano talking on the radio earlier about, you got to tell me when I'm pushing that car and it's going to make contact with the car in front of us. Well, that happened right there with his teammate.
Here's our Ford onboard camera with Logano.
You could hear he started to lift, but unfortunately Almirola's car started sort of swaying back and forth right before he made contact with the 2. Hooks his bumper, turns him around.
Oh, he slammed Alex Bowman. And then it's on. And for the second time in less than a handful of years, Eric Almirola ends up being knocked out of a good chance to win the Daytona 500.
here. On board with Austin Dillon. He even downshifted, trying to get that car slowed down enough to avoid this accident.
Riding with Jimmy Johnson, our Chevy cam.
Oh, just gets slammed. One of the cars loses control. I think that was Mark Truex Jr. Came down, made heavy contact with Jimmy on the right side.
Was it a question of if or a question of when?
I think it was just